Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna try this late night one coach's opinion because I was sitting on Twitter and I was watching people talking about this is the day, we regret Showtime's going out of business. Look, I love Showtime boxing like everybody else loves Showtime boxing. But truth of the matter is, it's hard for these Showtime and HBO to compete with these apps and these streams and these different places that are showing fights and making money and putting money in the fighters. They're using the money they're getting, adding more fighters. More fighters are getting paid. More fighters are getting shown on TV. I mean, back in the day, you had Wide World of Sports. It grew from there. You had HBO. Now that's then you got pay-per-view and stuff like that. But I mean, now it's to the point, and everybody's goal as a fighter one day was to say, I want to fight on HBO. I want to fight on HBO. I want to fight on HBO. Then it was, I want to fight on HBO or Showtime. That's my goal. That's my goal. Now it's different platforms that are willing to pay money to show boxing because they worked out deals with advertising. So it's kind of opening doors while closing the big door. They're going to open up 4 little doors where more people get paid. And those 4 doors going to open up some other ones where more boxers can get paid. Now, you're going to still have your big platform. DAZN's probably going to run a lot of it. And then PBC, if they make this deal with Amazon, they're going to get back to running and showing their fights. But it's all on what could be done. What type of money you can make. What type of megastar you can be and hold a platform. Prime example, I'll tell you like this. Any fighter, such as a Terrence Crawford or something like that with a big name right now, what if just Terrence Crawford was to go to Roku TV and say, look, or they came to him and said, we'll give you $100 million for 5 fights. That ain't including your purse. That's just $100 million, 5 fights, exclusively to be shown on Roku TV. Roku don't make bad TVs or whatever. You know how many people be in the stores talking about, nah, y'all ain't got no Roku. I want the Roku. Because I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. Plus, I get to watch all Terrence Crawford fights free. Or Tank. Or say you might need Tank, Terrence, and Shakur to team up and go to a company like Roku and say, we'll put all our fights on Roku for a certain amount of money. Even the Al Haymans, well, I know Al probably, well, I don't know, but if it makes money, it makes sense. Even if he said, well, let me talk to the Roku people for you. And yeah, we'll make a deal. If he can work it out, it don't make a difference. Do you know what the sales of Roku TVs would do if you could watch Tank's fight no pay? You'd be like, Joe, I was going to buy at least 2 years of pay-per-view from these guys. I spent that on, now I got a brand new TV and I watched the fights free for a couple years. And if Roku showed it, people would buy up Roku TVs. Same way, that's the only reason I kept HBO for years. That's the only reason I kept Showtime, was for the boxing. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter how people see it. Nowadays, people seeing it on Fire Sticks. They're seeing anything. You could, you don't even really need cable. You can hand pick. Instead of paying $200 or $300 for cable, you can basically hand pick what apps you want to see, who you actually want to see. And that's what the money's about. That's where cable is almost going to be a thing of the past. That's why sometimes you see, oh, Channel 9 ain't on this cable no more. Well, because they got to work out these business deals. And when people start using all these apps and be able to say, you know what, all I need is a news app, I need 3 sports apps, I need 1 movie app, and that charges $70 a month. And I pay for the internet, which I was going to pay for anyway to run my devices and stuff like that, and my alarm system at home. So guess what? I don't have cable. I don't have all those channels I wasn't watching anyway. I don't need the Spanish channel. I don't need 207 channels. I have apps. And these apps give me everything I like to watch. My movies, my sports. You can have a golf app. They show all golf. You got rap battle apps where they became a multi-million-dollar industry of rap battle apps. The dude charges $7.99 and they show rap battles. Guys that, when you look at the old rap, say, man, you're only getting $2,000 for this battle. Now these guys are getting $200,000 for battles. Everything grows. If it's a business and it can be sold and you can put commercials on it, everything grows, including YouTube accounts and anything else. So don't look at it like it's the worst day for boxing, because it really isn't. I mean, it's a memorable, you know, history-wise, or I'm sure gonna miss those Showtime fights. You ain't gonna miss it. If they show them on Amazon, nobody gonna say this ain't like Showtime, unless the production is different. And one thing they're doing is moving some of these production managers. Oh yeah, well, he was in charge of Showtime, now he's doing this. He was in charge of this, now he's doing this. They're just moving them around. What do you know about the boxing game and this? I know this. Oh, well, can you be the CEO of Big Fight Nights? A new app, and you can see all the boxing on the joint. It's only $19.99. That ProBox app isn't doing all that bad. I see a lot of fighters fighting on that on Wednesday nights. A lot of people don't even know about that. Boxing is being shown on so many platforms, and it's good because it helps guys continue boxing. Boxing is one of those sports you either make it or you don't. Some guys with the most talent might quit just because they can't pay the bills at home. It ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? So this is a way for a lot of boxers to make money. I'm telling you, the reason it's going down is because they don't want to split. They don't want to branch off and see they're showing boxing, they're showing boxing. Because one of these mega stars might do just like, look at the Zone. The Zone paid Golovkin a threshold of money. They paid Canelo a threshold of money. Gobs of money. These guys, this wasn't even including their purses. That's just to sign with us, so we can exclusively sell your fight. And we built our app, and now they go fight where they want to fight. You served us, we served you. Man, look, the Canelo Alvarez family doesn't have any money problems for a long time unless somebody just messes it up. Unless they do the Rocky Balboa, I signed the wrong papers. Who the hell would have done that? I was so mad at Rocky type shit. But his family would never have to worry about money. And he's still getting money. And Floyd put the blueprint out there. Floyd could actually go to Roku TV right now and say, you can do my exhibition fights. I'll let you do all my exhibition fights. And I guarantee you the Roku sales probably still would jump up. All they got to do is put a nice little undercard on it. And Roku will pay him. I'm telling you, anything that's getting popular that shows things is in line to put on boxing. You can find a promoter out here who might say, I deal strictly with YouTube. But if he puts on the right fights, YouTube will grow. All it takes somebody to say, hey man, I watched them YouTube Thursday night fights. Psh, they be rumbling. That's all. That's all. Put on a good show and people will see it. Just look, man, not to be funny, I don't knock what people do. Look at that KSI fight. That was, as a boxing fan, hot garbage. The Logan Paul fight was garbage. Truth of the matter is, that guy should have got a penalty for trying to put him in a headlock, but Logan should have got disqualified for punching the guy while his back was on the ground. That's the rules of boxing. But it became such a charade, and this guy looked like such a clown that it went beyond the rules of boxing. A chokehold or something is like holding. Now, if you choke him and flip him over or something like that, yeah, you won't get disqualified. But if you just got him, he put his head down, and he's in chokehold, and you going to the ground, it's been boxers to try to pick boxers up, and they got points taken from them. But if you hit a guy while he's on the ground, much less his back being on the ground, him looking up at you, and you standing over top of him and throw two punches, that'd be a disqualification anywhere. Roy Jones got disqualified for hitting a dude who took a knee when he was on the ground. So you know the rules are, and he couldn't continue. So look, man, if stuff like that can sell, all you got to do is get on a platform and you can sell your product. It's just about who wants to get involved with it and supporting these small boxing apps. If you're a boxing fan, supporting some of those, you know, and it's getting some of these guys paid. Even if you're not, some of the advertising is getting them paid. You know what I'm saying? So don't hold your head down. boxing is relevant. If you don't believe me, go on BoxRec and look at the schedule worldwide, and you're gonna fall asleep till you get to the USA. It's boxing going on around the world every night, almost. You know what I'm saying? Guys are fighting. So believe me, the sport of boxing isn't dead. It's just changing hands, and it's making you think that it's going somewhere, because it's really, to be honest, it's really just a UFC thing. Y'all are guiding the way, and I've dealt with the UFC, and I see the way you run your business, and boxing is adapting to some of that stuff, and it's good. It's good for some of the fighters, and they're doing it. But boxing ain't going nowhere. Majority of the time, the top fighters in boxing, I mean, at the top echelon of fighting, probably make more than some of the top promoters in boxing. The top fighters. That does not play. There's nobody at any point in the UFC that makes more than Dana White. Nobody. And I'm not knocking his business thing. He's getting a lot of guys paid. He's making sure guys, even guys with 9 and 10 losses, I'm gonna make sure you can feed your family. Just give me an entertaining fight. But I'm not gonna overpay you. You're not gonna get boxing money, that's for sure. Boxing is here to stay. I'm telling you, man, these apps are gonna take over. It's gonna get a lot more fighters paid. You might be hearing a guy fighting, yeah, I'm fighting, I'm making this amount of money. What you fighting on? On Zap. What's Zap? Is this a sports app? Especially once they got, don't be surprised if some of these betting platforms start showing fights. Because they can't afford for sports not to be shown on TV. Nobody's really going to start betting on sports they can't see. They want to see them. DraftKings or whatever. Don't be surprised you see boxing there. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be on every little platform. Believe me, it's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Showtime for some of the best fights, best career things, showbox and everything. Shout out to them, wonderful. And even HBO, y'all had y'all years in there. Shout out to everybody over there. ESPN, you did a hell of a job. Still doing a hell of a job. Boxing ain't going nowhere. One coach's opinion. Tell me what you think. And I know I'm gonna have some naysayers. Yes, it is, man. Blah blah blah. If it was going somewhere, Canelo wouldn't have just made $50 million for fighting the person he fought, not throwing shots at anybody. But they wouldn't have been able to sell that. That was not anybody said word, but Canelo has put enough dues in where I'm not mad at him for getting $50,000 for that fight. But that wasn't no $50,000 plus pay the other guy $17 or $18 million type fight. Canelo's carrying it with his name, and if his name could carry a fight like that, believe me, it could carry a platform like Roku or YouTube. It's all about the millions. YouTube, they got millions, trust me. One coach's opinion, I'm out.